So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko and Lee, and where she took us was back to the murder, the scene of the crime. The girls' locker room. We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy? I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. You want to check it again? Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time. Examine her carefully, like using our hands? No way. I thought you would jump at the chance. Isn't that what you're saying? That a natural reaction for a man would be, or whatever? It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything. It's just, it's on religious grounds, you know? Hiro, are you religious? Aren't you, like, clairvoyant or whatever? Very well, I'll do it. But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it. No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me. Sakura! What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it. Stop screwing around. Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body. Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery. Her entire body? I know you say that, but what does this mean? What is it? Not possible. It's not possible. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled. This girl is what? Is a boy! Oh, snap. Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thanks for confirming the fact. I know this game is over 10 years old, and has no interest in showing how, like, trans rights actually work, but that is not entirely how it works. If a person goes by she, then they go by she, and that's basically it for that. But I understand this game is just making a game that is based on being surprising and exciting, so I will let it slide. I also know, just because I know about this game, I kind of know Chihiro's whole deal and shtick, so I don't actually mind the fact that they switch up the pronouns from here on out. But just a quick tip, if something like this ever happens to you in real life, you shouldn't just stop using the pronoun that someone uses, if that's just really disrespectful. So, but I just wanted to get that out of the way, and I will just continue to read the dialogue from there. But yeah, it's forgiven because it's a game, and for what it's going for, but that's not really something that you should do in real life. Anyway, you're joking, right? I wouldn't joke about this. Then it's really true. Why? I don't understand. Why couldn't Kyoko have just said that? Why does she need to have this whole dramatic, like, bring everyone there, have someone else do it? Like, does she not think that anyone would believe her? She could have said it, and then if someone didn't believe her, she could have, like, taken us here and then checked or whatever. But I don't really get why she couldn't have just said that. Whatever. Chihiro was a guy. Oh, what, you guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy. And then he was a cross-dresser? No, I'm really on fire. I wish I had killed him. Alright, that's way too far. Okay. That's not something that needs to happen, but whatever. So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Alright, so the handbook that Chihiro had was for a boy, which means that Chihiro could have used it to get into the boys' locker room. Where she could have, or, he, she, I keep wanting to say she, but I do understand that, I know that there's confirmation, I don't want to spoil too much, but I know there's confirmation that Chihiro does, refer to himself as a boy. So, I'm gonna have to try and, in my head, switch that now. I do apologize for keeping me waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. But yeah, so Chihiro could have used his handbook to get into the boys' locker room and then get murdered. We've all just learned the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there. Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought never even crossed my mind. and because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room. Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true. Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through. So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room. Yeah. Because those were not broken, I'm pretty sure. So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room? Still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible. Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body. This is the most titillating situation. So now, everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear. Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever, we still think you're the killer, remember? Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed. He's off in his own little world. What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer? Alright. Let's run this through if Byakuya was the killer. He seemed to be surprised about the locker room, wasn't he? Because he would have had to kill in the boys' locker room, move all of the stuff, tie Chihiro up, and I don't know. I don't understand the killing in the boys' locker room part for Byakuya. Wait, no, he could have done that and then switched it and then still trying to depend on Toko. But he just seemed genuinely surprised by that. That's the only thing that kind of feels off. Well, without a doubt, Byakuya's the one that made Shiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all. Interesting. What? Aren't you the one who accused him in the first place? He just seems too easygoing about all this, like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like he doesn't have anything to do with him. And do you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him? Plus, the evidence that he left behind was a little too, how can I put it, overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. Oh, that's true. At least that's how I see it. Yeah, he didn't do a great job of being a copycat killer if he couldn't... If he was going to specifically use stuff that would only connect it to him. I don't know. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. That's the main thing that I'm saying. And then again, when you find out Chihiro's actually the guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have any effect on you. So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being. Mark it as correct? He's right, I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it. Also, it was already in the girls' locker room. Wait. Okay. Are you fucking with us right now? No, I'm not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth. Well, I find it very hard to believe. Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us. If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why'd you do that to his body? My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it? Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more. Are we seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear that Byakuya did it. No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here. Thank you, Kyoko, for being reasonable. If we are not 100% sure, we cannot put that vote through. That's true. Very well then, I'm with you too. Damn straight. Damn straight, count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something? Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision. That's very true. Our lives are all on the line. Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek? But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? Alright, I think the game is straight up just telling me that Byakuya did not do this. There's one thing that we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy. Yes, because there isn't any broken hand, or there isn't any dead guy's handbook that could have been used to sneak into the boys' locker room. So crime, was in the boys' locker room. You need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. I hope they explain why Leon's handbook is broken. They don't really know about that one. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. I do need more clues. Celeste's account. Can I? Can I look at what Celeste's account is? I don't think I can. What was Celeste's account? It was... Oh, she saw Chihiro that night with like a gym bag or something? Alright, hold up. Single clue. I mean, do I just shoot it at the first thing that I see? Well, clues are one thing, but... What? Did nobody get a look at the killer? Someone saw the killer. They would have said something by now. Perhaps somebody saw the victim at some point. Okay. Yeah. So this is adding up to what Celeste's account was. I don't know. Let's just see. No? I should have waited. And one more time. I see a contradiction in there somewhere. Okay. Let's let the whole thing play out. Boom. Boom. Single clue. Oops. Wrong button. I was slowing it down when I meant to speed it up. Alright. I thought they just wanted me to shoot the new info. Any new info. It's over. It's all over. One who saw the victim? Okay. So it specifically need to be who saw the victim. Got it. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste? Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him. Huh, really? Oh, but suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises. Whatever, just hurry up and tell us. It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. Yeah, okay. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise. Track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene. It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence. And that's when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. Why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think. So, Mr. Fujisaka was on his way to meet with someone. And then they were going to work out together? But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined. Probably because he was afraid he'd find out the secret he was hiding, right? Yeah. Which means that, conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. A marvelous friendship. The point is, whoever he met up with is a culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was. And knowing what we know, I can't even guess. You already have what you need to make the connection. You know who the killer is. Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer? Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items and it should become obvious who was waiting for him. Are you sure about that? Let's see, what? White duffel bag, blue jacket? Do you think we can figure out who did it based on the two pieces of evidence that we don't have? Wait, want to track down some fingerprints or something? Even if we had equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it. As asserted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from. Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out. Easy for you to say. But fine, Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special. Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket? Perhaps let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took. This Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer. Somehow it's really hard to believe. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Unless he was getting a track jacket for someone else? Alright, Celeste's account is not going to be the one that we need, I think. We might need to absorb one. Wait, what was the... How do you absorb again? If I need it. I don't actually remember how to do that. Do you just hold Y? He's on his way to get exercise. That's what you have to ask. Why did he choose a specific tracksuit that he had? What do you mean the specific tracksuit? I got it, he picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing. Huh, what you're trying to say? My tracksuit's black, I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks? I have a white tracksuit personally. Got from the warehouse if you must know. Oh no, I have no idea. What am I, huh? You heard him right? I just said without even realizing it. Straight, what he just said now is really odd. How did he know something like that? Oh, wait. Hold up. So exercise. Terrific tracksuit that he did. I got it. He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing. So what you're saying is same blue. Oh! Wait, do I need to absorb and fire the next one, or is Celeste's account good enough for that? Oh no. Hold up. Alright, I got it. I'm just gonna try firing, I think. Size, no. Blue. Yeah, how'd you know? Wait, but I know because I saw the picture. Did we not show the picture? Oh no, it's her account. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you say? What'd I say? When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... Okay, so I can see that the tracksuit is blue because I'm playing this game as, like, a player. But this isn't being shown to anybody else, so they wouldn't know. Duh. That's... I don't know why I didn't really think of that. Saw him stuffing a track jacket. Yeah, you said track jacket. You didn't say what color. And I assume he headed off to exercise. She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit? What are you just... Hey Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit? It was blue. As a matter of fact, it was blue. Uh-oh, and before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that? The only one I told about any of this was you. Wait, didn't you tell Hifumi? Didn't Hifumi say that he knew a secret that Celeste or something? I don't know. Whatever. Then Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was? Because I'm sure you saw the clothes at some point in the investigation. No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation. And the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry? Oh, okay. I was like, what? Alright, I like the nicknames that Genocide Jack gives out. Talking about Chihiro? So how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you? Just by chance, I happened to see it last night. He walked past me and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands. No, that can't be it either, according to Celeste's testimony. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Oh, so she wouldn't just like show it to anybody walking by. When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. He just ran into him briefly. You couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was, unless you're Celeste, where you saw what color the tracksuit was briefly. Mondo. It would appear you've dug your own grave. Perhaps, but you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with. What a bunch of nonsense. Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge. That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning. Oh, but why? What made you so suspicious? That's a good question. Because I hate him. I'm pretty sure... It's probably the way he talked. He wasn't acting any different, right? I don't know. I know this just because I know, but, like... I think it definitely wasn't because I hate him. I think this one makes the most sense even on a guess. It was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. Oh, and during his thing, he was like, dude's got a real thing about being strong or whatever. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't. You noticed such a tiny detail? Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Are you a witch? She's a witch. You're positively frightful. No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend. Uh-oh, Mondo, what's the look on your face, bro? Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro? I didn't kill anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. Why can't you the right treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah, He would never do something like that. This is a false accusation. Alright, I know you need to come to defense of your bro, but it's not looking too good for him, my man. It's true, my reasoning on that is pretty shaky. That was fast. Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we're all out of leads. My time has nearly come. Oh, is it your secret? That's what my little ghost friend is telling me. Oh yeah, that reminds me. For me, why don't you tell me you found some evidence? Really, what kind of evidence? Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, here calmly, it might not be all that relevant. Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us. If you really insist, then here it is. What do you have there? Happens to be in a handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up. Oh, you found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... on the ground. Mondo? Is it Mon? Yeah, did Chihiro have the handbook on him? I don't know. Belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? Huh? But I have mine. Oh, then who's it? Okay, so it's Chihiro's then. Oh, alright. I was wrong. We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, that's true. For a fact. For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I found it. And it must hold some clue about the culprit, right? Well, that's what I was hoping, but it's busted. It won't even turn on. I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder. Odd. That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile. You're right, they're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one. And yet this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate. Yeah, that's like half of them. Oh, do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken? How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. By... not hacking it. Exploiting... That's kind of like hacking it, isn't it? This is the only one that's different than the other ones. It must have a weak point of some way. You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you? Oh, he did say that, I think. Yeah, you remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was. But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then we can only assume that someone figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So what is it? Huh, you're asking me? I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial. But if I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good. Just tell us already, why would you want to break your own handbooks? Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. Are you sure you won't follow that example? Now allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed at high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break. Oh. Ooh, like in the sauna, perhaps? Flippin' knew it. You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook lying on the floor of the sauna. Oh, I thought he found it like in the locker room there. So it was just chilling in the sauna. Oh. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burned, huh? Because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. The hot air of the sauna will somehow push directly on your skin, you definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away, that's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still. Wow, interesting. I learned a new fact today. That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge. Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have purposely tried to raise its temperature in order to break it. Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness. But how'd they find out? How'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right? Indeed, quite the mystery. What if they found out by accident? What do you mean by accident? What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it. I won't say it's not possible, but would have done something like that. I don't know anyone who took their handbook into the sauna. I might know someone who did. Well, seriously? I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was... had to be one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. Yeah, because Taka, like, stripped down and did not have clothes on. Mondo was fully clothed. Which means that it was probably in his pocket or something. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it? What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him? Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? Oh, it's all relevant. Oh yeah, show that picture again. And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it. Ugh. No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof. Like all the stuff that we're presenting to you right now. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found some evidence that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Did I? Alright, what do we got? Broken knee handbook, Chihiro's EM card reader? Okay. How do I flip between the two again? Controls. LB, okay. I don't think it's just because we haven't used card reader yet. You broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right. Oh, card reader? Wait. Broken knee handbook? Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly. Okay. Is this the card reader? I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, I will show that the handbook Mondo had. Oh! Might actually just be Leon's handbook. So, broken knee handbook. Okay, okay. Interesting. Oop, I missed that one. Mono, yeah. And he's gonna say that his works is fine. Oh, alright. Let's go through that one more time. Let me make sure to clear out the white noise first and then freeze time. I can't seem to hit it when it's moving. Give me that one, give me that one. Alright, and... boom. Break. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours? Oh, the other one was broken. That broken knee handbook was Mondo's, not Leon's. We just assumed it was Leon's. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. The fuck is that supposed to mean? The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours? Oh. What the heck are you talking about? What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken. Because it didn't break. Okay. That's right, the punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it. So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's. Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited? No, we've already been over this, that you can steal it from dead people. Well, here's how I look at it. There's a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules. Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but... son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell me he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up. Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time from the beginning. That way everything will become clear and we'll all see if I was right or wrong. Is it comic book time? Oh, it's comic book time. I'm so bad at this. Alright, so, Chihiro went to the warehouse with stuff in his jacket. Blue, whatever. Celeste saw, and she was like, I'm in a hurry. Wait, let me see what's next here. Most of these, let's see. Oh, probably this one. I don't think anything else even like applies over here. All right, so Chihiro ran off. Went to. That's in. Which one is this? This one? This one of Chihiro going to the boys' locker room? And then opening the door. Oh, and then scanning it to get in? Then he got in the boys' locker room. Mondo's waiting there. And then... alright, let's use context clues here. Put his stuff down. And then... This is picking up the dumbbell, so this would be before this. This is going to be the picture after. Oh, picked up the dumbbell, probably this. And then hit with the dumbbell there. Oops, okay. Alright, dumbbell fell down. Whatever. Chihiro's lying dead on the ground. Oh, and then rolled the carpet. And probably the posters. Is there a thing for the posters here? Posters. Right? Then carried to the girls' locker room? Got in. Wait. How did... Well, if he went and got Leon's, he could have taken one of the girls' handbooks there, I guess. Went into the girls' locker room. What is this one? Oh, that's the sauna. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait. Huh. What? Into the girls' locker room. Wait. Rolled that. Took... Wait, this... It might be this. Because he's taking it off. And then here you went in... Put up the poster over here? Is that what they want? I don't think this one's right. Right? And then put him down. Oh man, alright, so I need to figure this out. Alright, so then Chihiro's on the ground. Byakuya is in, sees Chihiro on the floor. What, uses this to tie up Chihiro. Right. The bloodlust on the wall? And then... Okay. So then which one's this? So this is the beginning of Act 5. What, sauna? Go to the sauna. Throw the handbook in. And then... Shut the door? One of these. I'm not entirely sure what this last one is. Maybe this? Alright, let's see if I get called out for being wrong. I have plenty of time to fix it if I'm wrong about one of these. Alright, so first let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. Okay, got it. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? Yep, I'm assuming that's a yes. Alright, they left. With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Oh. Okay, that's not it. Wait, why is that one wrong? Is it literally just like backwards, where it's like this one goes here, and then this one goes here? That's going to be kind of dumb if that's all it is. Is there something else that I'm missing? Bag in hand, yeah. Specifically the boys' locker room. Why is that one right? Why does it matter the order of those? Simply because she was really... I feel like the way that I laid it out was still got the message across, because in this one, it looks like he's further away from the door, and then he would have to get closer to scan, whatever. That's why I wasn't able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone in there, and the person he met was the one who killed him. Yep, went up behind, grabbed the dumbbell. Seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and slapped him across the back of the head with it, and attacked him. No, I didn't lay out my... Dude, I don't understand this one. Why is that wrong? What, blood splatter? What, blood splatter on that? I'm worried about other ones being wrong now. Shoot, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. Is this one right? Okay, it is. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpet on the boys' locker room came from. Oh, man. Yeah, it was likely in the heat of the moment the body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I changed the poster one there. Which is why the killer hurried to hide the act. First pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, going to the girls' locker room. Yep, okay. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. Did he, like, go get one? Had been placed in the main hall. So he had to, like, go to the main hall, grab it, and then come back, probably, because there's no way he planned that out. He's the one of the boys can get in the girls' locker room. I don't think this one's right. It is! Okay. I wasn't sure about that. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the posters they brought with them, they got to work. Perfect. They switched everything around. They changed the layouts of the boys and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. Alright, I feel more confident about the rest of this, I think. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated because he's a freaking weirdo. Yep. He had the extension cord. So after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He tied up Chihiro. That's so messed up. That's so weird. Why would you do that? He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Took the blood, wrote bloodlust. That's such a weird thing to be doing. Ugh. Then using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. Alright, and around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, I thought the sauna was, like, near where the locker room is. How would he be doing this without Byakuya knowing that he was there? The killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag of the other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There they planned to destroy this, the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. Or is the sauna down on the first floor? By the bathhouse? Yeah, I think it's different floors. Never mind. There they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. Yep. Oh, that one's not it. Okay. Oh, I think I need to get this one right. But it's the very last one. Oh, yeah, right. I said I wasn't even sure. So, obviously not the dumbbell. So, probably the red means that it doesn't work anymore. So, it's actually probably that one. That makes sense. Oh, no, Ori went to grab a new one. Shoot, the other one might be it. Oh, no. So, I'm gonna dispose. Grab the sauna. Hold up. This might have been the wrong one. Okay, it is. I was hoping that was a different color because it means that it's broken. The steam sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Whew, somehow we got through that. And the reason they knew this is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mono Wada? Complete!